Somewhere right now, someone with less money than you, less support than you, and twice your exhaustion is still moving, still building, still refusing to surrender, and they are slowly taking the life you keep saying you want. Let that sink in. The world doesn't pause because you're tired. It replaces you. This is where survival ends and dominance begins, where excuses die, discipline takes control, and the version of you that hesitates gets buried. From this moment forward, you build, alone, broke, and tired, because that's where unstoppable people are forged. Now understand what that really means. It means your competition isn't sleeping. It means while you're negotiating with comfort, someone else is negotiating contracts. While you're explaining why you can't, someone else is figuring out how they will. America does not reward the most emotional. It rewards the most consistent under pressure. You say you're exhausted. Good. That means you're at the edge. And edges are where identities are rewritten. Right now, your brain is screaming for relief. Dopamine, comfort, distraction. A quick hit of entertainment to numb the pressure. That's the trap. Every time you escape discomfort, you train your nervous system to avoid growth. Every scroll session is a vote for weakness. Every delay is a signal to your brain that you are not a finisher. But the person who is replacing you, they've trained themselves differently. They don't chase dopamine. They delay it. They sit in the boredom. They work through the fatigue. They execute without applause. That's not talent. That's conditioning. Your life is a reflection of what you've conditioned yourself to tolerate. If you tolerate procrastination, you get average results. If you tolerate disrespect, you get low status. If you tolerate excuses, you build nothing. But if you tolerate discomfort, if you make pain your training partner, everything changes. When you're broke, you simplify. No drama, no fantasy, just skill and output. What can you learn that the market pays for? What problem can you solve better than yesterday? Who needs what you can build? You don't need a miracle. You need focused repetition. 2 hours of deep, undistracted work every single day will separate you from 90% of people in this country. No phone, no noise, no multitasking, just execution. At first, your mind will resist. It will itch. It will look for escape. That's withdrawal from comfort addiction. Stay, finish the session, train completion. Because completion builds self-respect. And self-respect changes how you carry yourself. Your posture shifts, your handshake firms up, your voice slows down. You stop speaking fast to prove something. You speak slow because you know something. Authority is not loud, it is controlled. When you walk into a room, people read your nervous system before they hear your words. If you're scattered, they feel it. If you're grounded, they feel that too. Shoulders back, chin level. Move deliberately. Make eye contact and hold it half a second longer than comfortable. That's not arrogance, that's presence. Presence comes from internal certainty. Internal certainty comes from kept promises to yourself. Right now, you don't need motivation. You need a non-negotiable standard. You train even when tired. You build even when broke. You study even when distracted. No 0 days, even if it's small, even if it's ugly, even if nobody sees it. Because momentum beats intensity. Most people go hard for 3 days and disappear for 3 weeks. That's emotional behavior. You are building controlled behavior. Predictable effort. Stable output. Calm aggression. There will be nights when doubt creeps in, when the bank account looks thin, when friends question your focus, when loneliness feels heavy. Good. That's isolation strengthening you. When no one claps for you and you still show up, your identity hardens. You stop needing validation. You stop announcing plans. You move in silence. And something dangerous happens when a person no longer needs approval. They become free. Free people take risks. Free people negotiate harder. Free people say no. Free people build leverage. And leverage changes everything. Money is leverage. Skill is leverage. Reputation is leverage. Control your time, control your energy, control your reactions. That's real power. Emotional control under pressure is the difference between amateurs and leaders. When something goes wrong, don't explode. Don't panic. Assess. Adjust. Act. Calm is intimidating. Calm communicates dominance. Anyone can be positive when life is smooth. Can you stay composed when you're criticized? When you're rejected? When you fail publicly? That's where mental toughness is forged. Expose yourself to small discomforts daily. Cold showers, hard conversations, extra reps when your muscles burn, finishing tasks when your brain says stop. Each repetition tells your nervous system, I don't break here. And the more evidence you collect, the less fear controls you. Fear doesn't disappear. It shrinks when faced. You are not trying to feel confident. You are building proof. Proof that you move when tired. Proof that you create when broke. Proof that you don't wait for permission. 5 years from now, there will be 2 versions of you. One who kept negotiating with weakness, and one who executed in silence while nobody believed. Only one of them earns respect. Only one of them commands rooms. Only one of them builds legacy. The world does not owe you comfort. It responds to strength. So tonight, when you feel that pull to quit early, to scroll, to delay, remember this. Someone with less than you is still moving. And every second you hesitate, they gain ground. You don't need hype. You need decision. From this moment forward, you don't ask if you feel ready. You ask if it aligns with the standard you're building. Alone, broke, tired, and still dangerous. This is not where you break. This is where you're forged. You're starting to feel it now. That pressure in your chest isn't stress. It's awareness waking up. Because once you see the gap between who you are and who you could be, you can't unsee it. And most people run from that moment. They distract themselves. They numb it. They pretend they didn't hear the call. But you didn't come this far to stay small. Right now, your brain is trying to negotiate a return to comfort. It's whispering, slow down. Take it easy. You've done enough. That voice is the gatekeeper of mediocrity. High performers hear that voice and smile because they recognize it as the exact moment growth begins. This is where you lean in. When your body says stop, you tighten your posture. When your mind says later, you act now. When doubt says you're behind, you execute harder. That's mental warfare, and the battlefield is internal. Understand this. The world doesn't care about your intentions. It measures output, results, presence, follow-through. You want social power? Become the person who finishes what others abandon. You want confidence? Stack wins nobody sees. You want respect? Carry pressure without complaining. Pressure is not punishment. It's a filter. It separates those who fantasize about success from those who build it. And building isn't glamorous. It's repetitive, quiet, often lonely. You'll have mornings where motivation is nowhere to be found. Good. That's where identity takes over. You don't wake up asking how you feel. You wake up executing your standard. Move your body. Sharpen your skill. Complete the task. Reset your focus. Repeat. This rhythm is where discipline becomes automatic. And once discipline is automatic, progress becomes inevitable. You start noticing something subtle but powerful. Your reactions slow down. Your thinking sharpens. You don't chase every distraction because your brain is no longer addicted to urgency. You choose your moves. You conserve energy. And people feel that stability when you walk into a room. That's presence earned through pressure. And here's the shift most people never reach. You stop trying to prove something to others and start proving everything to yourself. That's where real dominance lives. Not loud, not desperate, just controlled certainty. The kind of certainty that comes from knowing you can operate broke, tired, unsupported, and still move forward. That's dangerous energy, because life will test you again. Unexpected bills, rejection, fatigue, delays, moments where quitting feels logical. And when that happens, you don't spiral, you anchor, you breathe, you execute the next step. Not 10 steps, not the whole mountain, just the next disciplined action. That's how momentum survives chaos. And once momentum survives chaos, you become hard to stop. Look at yourself honestly right now. Not the image you show people, the real version, the one who knows where you hesitate, where you self-sabotage, where you settle. Good. That awareness is your leverage, because from this moment forward, hesitation becomes your signal to act. Fatigue becomes your signal to tighten discipline. Fear becomes your signal to advance. You are training a nervous system that doesn't crumble under pressure. You are building a reputation with yourself. And when you trust yourself, the world starts trusting you too. Opportunities open, conversations change, standards rise. Not because luck arrived, but because you did. You became the person capable of carrying weight. And understand this final truth. Nobody is coming to crown you. You crown yourself through daily execution, through silent mornings, through uncomfortable reps, through choosing growth when comfort begs you to stop. That's how ordinary people become forces. So when this audio ends, don't clap, don't overthink, don't wait for another sign. Move. Stand up. Do the task you've been avoiding. Start the work you've been delaying. Become the version of you that finishes. And if you ever feel that old weakness creeping back in, if comfort starts whispering again, come back here and remind yourself who you're becoming. This is your proving ground. This is your rebuild. This is where you stop surviving and start commanding your direction. Stay locked in. Stay dangerous, and keep building, alone, broke, tired, and unstoppable. This is the Motivational Audiobook Spot, where pressure becomes power, and execution becomes identity. Now go prove it.